Hi, I'm January, and I'm here to talk to you about hiking. I go hiking constantly. It's one of my favorite activities, but there are some dangers in hiking. In fact, more people get injured hiking than in skydiving, so that's kind of a startling statistic. It seems safe, but most of the dangers are easy to avoid, so you can have a safe venture. Number one, rattlesnakes. Rattlesnakes are really easy to miss. They lay across the trail in order to get sun and look a lot like sticks. They lay perfectly still. So in order to avoid rattlesnakes, you want to be wary of what's in your way and keep your head on a swivel. If you do get bitten by a rattlesnake, which is on the rise but is pretty rare in general, there's a few things you want to remember. One is you want to call 911 right away. Two, you don't want to suck the venom out. That's like only happens in movies. That's actually really bad. Three, you don't want to put ice on it. Four, you also don't want to put a tourniquet on it. Like you don't want to stifle the blood flow, but you do want to remain calm and elevate the extremity that got bit. Another thing that people worry about in hiking is mountain lions or cougars or pumas or whatever you might call them in your section of the country. Those are very rare attacks, but they are out there on the trails. If you see one, you want to yell, wave your arms, make a lot of noise, and then report it to the park people at the end of the visit. Another thing that happens, and this one is actually very common, in fact it happens to 50 million people across the United States each year, is exposure to poison oak, sumac, or ivy. In California it's more poison oak. What's tricky about it is it can have 3, 5, 7, or 9 leaves. It can be a vine or a shrub, and so you have to watch a lot of different plants and kind of know the shape of the leaf. So a little pre-investigation into that is good. It can cause severe itching. 10 to 15% of people are highly allergic. In that case, they're going to need to go to a doctor. Otherwise, if you think you were exposed, go home, take a cool shower. They have medications that you can buy over the counter that you can rub on it to get the oil off of your skin, which is what causes the rashes and the severe itching. And otherwise, you can use calamine lotion, which is also easy to get. If you wear long pants and long sleeves, that's good too. It helps. Even if it gets on you, then it doesn't affect you. Finally, one of the most common things that people run into is dehydration. Dehydration is not enough water in your system, and so your system kind of shuts down, if you will. Salt can also cause that. So you want to make sure before you go hiking that you slowly drink water over a series of times so it gets into your cells and doesn't cause any issues and works later. You also want to make sure that you have some salt in your system. Hiking can happen in cold and hot weather, and so can dehydration. In fact, in cold weather, it's actually more common than you would expect. If you feel like you're getting dehydrated, you're going to notice symptoms of heat stroke, headache, hypothermia, feeling really shaky. Ways to avoid this are take a bladder backpack. So you have a backpack with a bladder in it. Basically, you put water in it. You can drink it as you go. It's a little easier than water bottles because you can carry it on your back. You want to, if you get it, if you do feel like you're getting it, you want to sit down and relax and slowly ingest water and salt over time until you get back to normal. Finally, to close, hiking is fun. It brings us closer to nature, and it's a very spiritual experience as well as a physical one. But you always want to use common sense, and you always want to have your head on a swivel just to be sure that you're aware of your surroundings, and you'll be fine.